Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here today for DesignSpark Electrical's overview and tutorial videos on getting started and getting comfortable with the software. When you first open up the software, after you've done installation and you first open up the software, you're greeted with the Projects Manager. Now, this is where all of your projects are going to be controlled from, where you would open and close these projects from, as well as do things such as archiving it or saving that project as a template. We will get into the details of a project manager in a later video. First, before we really get into even creating a project, I want to cover the basic overview of what you get in the user interface before that first project creation. And what we have here when you open the software is the welcome screen for DesignSpark Electrical, where you can find things such as information on installation or getting started, more information on user interface, and additional video tutorials. Now, the user interface itself, at the very top, is what we call the command manager, where as you open up sheets and different types of sheets, more tabs will appear. But right now, without having a project open, we have File, View, Library, Tools, and Help. And again, under File, we have that Projects Manager where we can open that option up. We can also quit the software from here if we don't want to use the standard close icon that Windows provides. We also have archive and unarchive environment, which we will get into in a completely separate video from this. Under the View tab, we have the ability to see all the different panels that are available. We call them the dockable panels. You can see a couple examples of that here. And under, we have our documents tree, we have our components tree. Again, we don't have anything, we don't have a project open, so therefore we do not have anything in those yet. And on the right-hand side, we have our resources tab and we have our properties tab. Now the properties tab will change from item to item depending on what you have selected. So if it's just the sheet that's selected, everything about that sheet will appear. If it's a specific symbol, then information about that symbol will appear. If you ever at some point decide to close one of the panels, don't worry, you can come right into View and you can find the one you want. This question gets asked all the time: how do I reopen one of my panels? Well, under View, we can find what we want, and now we have the ability to drag that into place as necessary. Under the Library tab, this is the tab for the main hub of information that's going to be, this is where we would store and control our information that's going to be utilized in our projects. And we have our Symbols Manager, our title blocks, our macros, cable references, manufacturer parts, and our Library Manager. And each one of these I will cover in separate videos, diving in a little deeper about each one. Under our Tools tab, we have Interface Configuration, where we can go ahead and change the crosshair and pixel size box that we would utilize on our sheets. We can change the the zoom for our wheel on our mouse if we desire to match other tools that we're using. And we can also do things like change the background color from white to black, depending on what you'd prefer. We also have the ability to verify our database, the application folder where all of our information is being stored. In my instance here, I installed this on my local C drive, but depending on where you are allowed to store and install this application, either at work or at home, this is where you would want to check if you have any type of connection issues. Make sure that you are pointed to the right location. By default, again, it is pointed to my C drive, but some folks that have installed this put this on the F or the C drive, the Z drive, I should say. So just be aware of that if you run into issues down the road. And additionally, you also have the ability to check online support. You have a tutorial panel. You have your documentation icon. You also have the ability to download more online content or get more local content. You can go back to DesignSpark Electrical's homepage or just find out more information about this particular product, the installation that you have here. Again, with that said, that was a very quick, very general overview of what you get when you first install the software. In the next few videos, we'll be covering libraries and library management before we even get into our actual project. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.